In December, I competed in a Japanese language speech contest, and I came second. It was an amazing experience. I was able to meet lots of interesting people, practice writing and delivering a speech in front of a crowd, and also just demonstrate to myself that my studying Japanese was worthwhile. Over the past few weeks, I've had lots of messages from Thinking in English podcast listeners curious about hearing my speech. They want to listen to me speak in Japanese. And now I can finally release the video. I've been given access to a high quality recording. I've edited it, I've transcribed it, I have translated it into English, the subtitles, so you can follow along while I'm giving my speech in Japanese. I hope you enjoy listening. Hopefully it gives you some motivation to improve your own public speaking. After you've watched the video, I'll come back and I'll give you a few tips and a piece of advice on how to improve your English speaking as well. Here is the video.
私はトーマス・ウィルキンソンと申します。イギリス出身の29歳です。去年、日本人の妻と結婚し、会津若松に引っ越してきました。福島での生活をとても楽しんでいます。景色が美しい、美味しい食べ物がたくさんあり、この地域の歴史にとても興味を持っています。現在、Thinking in English というポッドキャストを配信しており、世界中にリスナーがいます。普段は会津のカフェでエピソードを編集していますので、見かけたらぜひ声をかけてください。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
10番、トーマス・ウィルキンソンさん、よろしくお願いいたします。
皆さん、こんにちは。私はトーマス・ウィルキンソンと申します。イギリス出身です。このスピーチのタイトルは、ボランティアガイドとしての一歩です。よろしくお願いします。去年、妻と結婚した後、会津若松市に引っ越しました。この1年間、この地域の歴史について深く学ぼうとしてきました。過去に日本の他の町に住んだことがありますが、福島県の歴史と文化は特に興味深いと感じています。会津若松には有名な観光名所がいくつかあります。例えば、鶴ヶ城は観光客に特に人気なスポットです。私は鶴ヶ城の戊辰戦争とのつながりに魅了されます。新政府軍に包囲されたお城の中で、侍や大名たちがどのような思いを抱いていたのかをよく想像します。しかし、私はもっと知りたくなりました。博物館、お城、イモリ山などを見に行くのが楽しかったものの、私は会津についてさらに深い知識を得たいと思いました。そこで去年、会津若松市国際教育協会が募集していたボランティアガイド研修プログラムに参加しました。このプログラムは福島県の歴史に情熱を持ち、この知識を観光客に伝えたい人々が集めました。今年、私たちは只見町に訪れました。只見は福島の山中にある小さい町で、美しい鉄道や雪でも有名です。実は今年公開された人気の台湾映画の舞台の一つでもあります。私たちのガイド研修プログラムは、只見町や鉄道を紹介できるようになることを目的としていました。これからも私は会津の歴史と福島の歴史を学び続け、この地域を世界中の人々に紹介していきたいと思っています。ありがとうございました。 So that was my Japanese speech, the speech that came second in the Fukushima Prefecture Japanese speech contest. There were about 14 people competing in 3 different categories and then an overall competition as well. I came second overall. I won the adult who had lived in Japan for more than 2 years category. Slightly long-winded, confusing title, but that's the one I competed in. And I was also given an award by local high school students who enjoyed my speech the most, which I'm really proud about. I was so happy with my results, so happy with my performance, and I just really enjoyed the entire experience of competing in a speech contest. It's not my first time to do a speech contest. 8 years ago and 7 years ago, I competed in a Japanese speech contest in Ehime Prefecture in the south of Japan. At that time, I was a beginner. I was not a proficient Japanese speaker. I was barely conversational. I released an episode of the Thinking in English podcast in December called How to Give a Speech in English, which I recommend to you all to go and listen to. I go into detail about my preparation, my actions before the speech, how I wrote the speech, and I give lots of great tips and advice. So I really recommend you going over to Spotify or YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts and checking out that episode. However, just to end this quick video, I thought I'd leave you with some tips and some advice as well. You saw the video of me speaking in front of an audience, and you heard my voice. Even if you didn't fully understand the words, hopefully you followed along with English, you could see that I was confident giving my speech. I'll let you into a secret if you don't speak Japanese. I made a few mistakes. It was not a perfect speech at all. But you did not see me panic. You didn't see me stop. You didn't see me stutter. I just carried on through the speech with a smile on my face and trying to deliver it as confidently as possible. A few weeks before doing that speech, I actually practiced in a local Japanese class, I guess. It was a kind of practice speech contest. And during that speech contest, I was so nervous. I hadn't practiced enough. I've lost the recording of the video, unfortunately. But if you saw me speaking, you would notice one thing in particular. My eyes going into the back of my head. I was constantly looking up, trying to remember my words, or looking off to the side, trying to remember what I'm saying. In my main speech contest performance, I was looking out at the crowd, speaking confidently, speaking clearly, and speaking powerfully, even if I was wrong. And that confidence came from repeated practice. By the time I got on the stage, I knew how to deliver my speech off by heart. I didn't need to think about my speech. As soon as the words came out of my mouth, I could do it. And that's what I think is an important lesson. Preparation is incredibly important. The more you prepare, the better you understand your speech or your presentation or your PowerPoint, the more confident you will be and the more successful you will be as well. If you'd like to hear more tips and advice about giving speeches in public, I recommend checking out my Thinking in English podcast episodes on the topic. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.